Hey, welcome to Deciding to Do with JW and the 101st episode. Don't be defeated. So I will say that over the last 101 days, I have learned a lot of things, not only about myself, but about those that are around me, some of my support system, some of those individuals that maybe I would call friends, those that I would consider family. Just the whole process of doing this, and not only these videos, but the podcast, but really just the looking at myself, realizing where my flaws are, realizing what I can do to be better, seeing what I'm great at already, and not only continuing to do that, but continuing to push that upon other individuals to ensure that at the end of the day, my goal is there, and we are all better individuals for not just taking my advice, but kind of just looking at it from a different perspective, looking at it from what I see and how you see, and then maybe coming to some type of common middle ground, because although my advice isn't perfect, and my advice to you, to any viewer, might not be the advice that makes or breaks them. What I'm really trying to push on is there are other individuals that necessarily that might be the advice, and I've talked about it through numerous videos that I've had. Some of the motivational and inspirational speakers that have kind of changed my life in certain ways. There's been no necessarily singular one. I just think that it's been all of them putting it, that message out there, and little bits and pieces of it kind of forming in my own mind and really taking me from where I was to where I am. But the hard part is not getting defeated, not allowing yourself to be defeated in whatever process you're doing. Whether that's the physical process, you're trying to go ahead and become more physically fit. There's a lot of things that go into it. A lot of individuals go out there, and when they don't see results, they don't think that the process is working, and they don't understand that the process takes time. That's physically. Mentally, this process took time. This wasn't an overnight thing. It's just I had an epiphany that I needed to stop being defeated on the things that I wanted to do, and the things that individuals were saying, in certain little ways hurt me so bad that I was just kind of crippled from going towards the success that I wanted to. And once I realized, that was not the way, and I realized that I cannot allow myself to be defeated, then the process took, started to take shape, and it was, it wasn't right away. It wasn't overnight. It was a slow, gradual process where right now, you will not defeat me. You will not. I don't care who you are. There's been some comments that I've received. There's been, just some spam, different stuff that I've gotten on some of the videos, different feedback that I've gotten from other individuals, and I appreciate all the feedback, good or positive or negative feedback. I've kind of went in there and I put stuff out there, and I've gotten the normal support that I really appreciate. But some videos, I thought, well, maybe I'd get a little bit more support. It was talking about certain subjects and weren't necessarily all about motivation, but were kind of on some of the personal levels, and I didn't get that support. But oh well, I realized, at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm going to continue to put this message out there, and I'm not going to be defeated. And you have to do the exact same thing in everything that you do on a day-to-day basis. You got to go out there and put the best foot forward every single day. Hold your chin up high and keep going after your goal. Keep going after your dream. And whether it's my message that might be helping you or another message that you listen to, hey, as long as that message is there, and as long as it's making a difference in your life, because the messages that are not making the difference, those ones that are trying to defeat you, look, you need to go ahead and just put the earplugs in and make it known to them, you will not defeat me. No matter how much you come after me, no matter how many negative things you say, I'm not going to be defeated from the process. I'm not going to allow you to go ahead and interrupt it. And I will, and I'm going to get to the eventual success that I'm striving for every single day in every single way, and you have to continue to do that. And until you build yourself up in the proper ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of those different things, you have to continue that process. And if you don't see results, that doesn't mean that it's not working. It does not mean that it's not working at all. Great story that I've heard numerous times. Les Brown talks about it, and it's the bamboo tree, the Chinese bamboo tree, and I love it. It talks about how it takes so long for it to go ahead and actually break through the surface of the earth. 5 years of watering. 5 years of watering to go ahead and then finally break through the surface. You're not going to see the results right away. Don't think that the results are going to be automatic. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight unless you win the lotto. That's the reality of it. You have to go ahead and start off. Your body is not going to be from what it is to where you want it to be overnight, without some type of steroid. You're trying to cheat the system, whatever it is. You have to understand that process and don't be defeated along the way in that process, because that bamboo, that Chinese bamboo tree, once it finally breaks through the surface after it's been continuously watered for 5 years, grows rapidly. But you have to allow the process to take shape. You have to put in the hard work. You have to continue to invest in yourself. You have to continue to properly nourish yourself in all the different ways, mentally, ensuring that your mindset is there. So therefore those comments, that negative feedback, that the support that isn't there doesn't affect you. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, you're in charge of it. You have to hold yourself to that higher standard. I was talking to somebody earlier, talking about higher standards, and I'm doing it. I'm holding myself to that higher standard, and I have to, because, one, I rely on it. I personally rely on my standard. And then there are those other individuals that rely on my standard, because if I kind of, slack off, they see that, and I will not allow that, not only for myself, but for all those out there. So at the end of the day, no matter what, do not allow yourself to be defeated. I've went 101 days with 101 videos towards my goal of 365. And if I get no support for the rest of the time, I'm still not going to stop. I'm still not going to do anything different than what I'm doing right now. Luckily though, I have some great support, great comments today on deciding to do 100. And I really appreciate those honest, true friends, those true family, those true subscribers and followers to this process. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what I'm doing. All right, it's how I'm helping you to do something for yourself and make that change in yourself. I want you to be great. I want you to surpass whatever I'm doing, because that is the goal for me. That makes me feel amazing. That is my purpose. I've thought about it so many times. Like, somebody was like, "Well, what are you selling?" I'm not selling anything. Absolutely nothing. I am not selling anything. So I got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I will not be defeated. 101 days. Hey, 264 more to go. All right? It's going to happen every single day. Thank you for, hanging out, going along the journey with me. If you haven't, this is the first video you're watching, you don't know where the heck we're coming from, go back to Decide and Do, one, start it. Start watching them, okay? But definitely appreciate it. Thank you all. I will not be defeated. Don't allow yourself to be defeated. So, until tomorrow's video, thanks for watching. Like it, share it, and as always, I appreciate the feedback, negative and positive.